total U.S. jobless claims near 1-year high. Boy, this goes right along with the fact that we've been talking about the media lying to everyone, government lying to anyone, and that shouldn't surprise anyone because that's what governments do. That's what the media does, right? They don't do their job anymore. This is why this is impactful for you. So stay till the end of the video because this is important, going through the metrics, seeing really quick for a few minutes what is happening and how to position yourself for what is truly coming. Whether it's in the next few months or whether it's in the next few years, there are bad things coming. However, it doesn't have to be bad for you. With great crisis comes great opportunity, as Jim Rohn tells us, Bob Proctor, Earl Nightingale, Napoleon Hill, some of the greatest minds, Dale Carnegie, Andrew Carnegie. These men have told us the path forward. In great crisis comes great opportunity. We will be the ones who are prepared, resilient, independent, owning assets outside the system, being our own central bank, having land, guns, ammo, security, food, energy, water, Bitcoin, gold, silver, having these resources, these assets outside the system that no one can control. Bearer instruments that we own, you and I own. So that way we are there to pick up the pieces. Good, moral, integrity-driven, ethical, sound individuals for liberty, justice, freedom for all. That's who we are. And those are the people that will have the assets going forward. Because most people are going to get destroyed in the coming years here, in the coming months, the coming years. We don't know exactly when it's happening. The data is all over the place, right? Because they constantly, the governments, the media, they're constantly moving the goalposts. Everything's being debased. Interest rates are moving all over. Data is constantly disrupted. They're taking things out of here, take core inflation and regular inflation, and they're always messing with things so that way you don't know what's going on. However, we do know one thing. When you prepare yourself, you feel very confident, like taking the test, preparing and studying for a month beforehand, and you walk into that test and you feel like $1,000,000 because you know you're going to ace the test. You know the opportunity is there for you to ace it, get that A plus because you are ready. This is what school has not taught us. This is what General Kim Kardashian, Bravo News, Bravo channels, and YouTube. This is what most people don't prepare for. They think they can just sit there high in the hog, do whatever they want all day long, have a six-pack, eat ho-hos, and they're going to be fine. That's not how life works. Life is proof of work. It's not proof of stake. It's not what you've done. It's how good were you this next shift? What about your next pass? That's how I think about things, right? Head on a swivel. Playing hockey, as a professional hockey player, you always have your head on a swivel. Keep your head up. This is how you don't get your bell rung and your clock cleaned. So this is really fascinating. When you dig in this a little bit, you have the data trending downward, but ticking up a little bit in initial jobless claims. However, because there's been so many claims and so many big spikes, the blue line, the continual jobless claims are going up overall in higher highs. So again, this with the yield curve, and then again, you can go in here. We'll link to this data in here as well, so you can kind of parse through this. Like I say, trust but verify. Go do your own homework for a couple minutes and go look what's happening here. Go look what's going on. Leaving total jobless claims near 1-year highs as well. The data is there for people, and there's data can be construed in many different ways. However, I do know one thing, right? When we come into here, what we look at every single day, I do know this. I do know the governments have to continually print currency. This $1.5 trillion deficit each year is going to keep building. It's going to keep compounding, and this is going to keep going higher and higher and higher, devaluing the dollar. So the dollar you work for every single day will become worth less and less and less over time here. That is absolutely guaranteed without a fact, or without a shadow of a doubt. That is a fact. So you will then have to find more of those dollars to go pay for the same assets, or the same eggs, or the same house. That 70-cent carton of eggs is now $7, and it will be $70 eventually. So let's jump right into this here. With that being said, what is happening in the markets? What is actually going on? So the 10-year, which is the dog that wags the tail, as we always are looking at, this is spiked up over the last week or so, and it's dropped down a little bit. The yield has dropped down, so people are buying it up a little bit, which shows us that, again, fairly stable overall. We'll see how this plays out going forward. We had this little spike up. It looks like it was breaking out of a trend here, but we have this kind of little spike back down. So we'll see. We'll see what's actually happening here. This is why the DXY obviously is going lower a little bit as well. People are leaving the dollar, buying bonds. Someone is central banks. We know central banks are the ones. They're leaving the dollar and they're buying up an asset, buying a bond, and that's why the bond yields are going down, because the value is going up because people are buying into that and they're leaving the dollar. That's why the DXY is going down. So in saying that, we should have some of the risk assets bumping a little bit. And sure enough, we do. We have them up, 1% or 0.5%, which makes sense because, again, people are leaving the dollar and they're maybe buying some risk-on assets and they're buying bonds, moving the yield downward. So, again, that all checks out. We want to take the temperature. We're taking these temperature checks, and like we say every time, there's this trifecta of oil, the DXY, and the 10-year Treasury to see what the market's doing. And then gold, silver, Bitcoin are your first warning indicators for liquidity, global liquidity, and what's happening in the world. So in saying that, oil, again, somewhat flat over the last day or two, but again, down 1% today. And I believe 78 or so, 78.5 yesterday. So that's down a little bit, but keep an eye on oil, right? That's a massive driver. Silver and gold, again, kind of flat, up just a hit, just a little bit. And then crypto, Bitcoin is, again, about the same as yesterday, down a little bit, down 1%. So those are your gold, silver, and Bitcoin are your M2, just your currency, global liquidity, early warning indicators as to what's going on at the flow of cash. But we want to see what's happening, like we said, with the DXY and the 10-year. These are huge. When things go awry, you will see this locking up, right? We're going to see the 10-year, these yields will spike, and we're going to see a locking up of credit cards, gas stations, you name it, bank holidays, ATMs, pausing withdrawals, just like they have many places around the country or the world. Excuse me. We've done these videos about what's happening around the world. With Nigeria, limiting withdrawals, things like that, Lebanon. So these things are coming. So again, what can we do about it? What can we actually do? Like we said earlier, you can the governments are lying to you, right? Here's they say 6% inflation, it's really 15%. So we know people are lying to us all around. So we have to reset ourselves. We have to remove ourselves from the system. Think independently. We have to, or we're not going to make it. They've been lying to us for this long. $31.5 trillion in debt. What does someone actually think is going to happen here? Like, what do you think? Just sit back for a second. What do you actually think is the result of this? Does this end well for you? Does this end well for the country? If not, then we should probably do something differently, right? We should probably not do the same thing and expect a different result. We have to do something differently. We have to remove ourselves. Here's the dollar against Bitcoin. If you've been holding the dollar against and seeing what's happened against Bitcoin in the last 7 years, you've lost basically all your purchasing power. Not good. Not good, Bob. And then here, again, like we said many times, if you're holding the dollar long term, this last 40 years, if you've been holding a dollar and saving a dollar, it's like Robert Kiyosaki says, savers are losers. In an inflationary fiat legacy monetary system that we have, backed by nothing, it's just currency digits typed in a computer, like the FOMC, the Fed heads are just chickens pecking at the computer, just furiously typing digits in the computer, losing purchasing power of your dollar. You now see the result of that. Exponential growth in all the prices of everything you need. So now you have to find more dollars to buy that same 3-bedroom, 2-bath ranch. You have to find more dollars to go buy that carton of eggs. Like we've seen, gone from 70 cents to $7 over the last couple of years. Good luck, because that will continue. However, you've been held in Bitcoin, a deflationary asset, something that accrues purchasing power over time because it becomes more rare. You have been able to purchase farms, not only more eggs, but literally farms, because your life has gotten cheaper, and you can see here the cost of living has gone through the floor for you. And again, is Bitcoin running? Is Bitcoin running? We answer this question every single day. Here we are. I don't want to talk about all the bad things. Like I said, the greatest crises lead to the greatest opportunity. So where does the opportunity lie? We have a monetary system. We have social networks being built on the Bitcoin blockchain, layer 1, 2, 3. We have these companies being built. Being your own bank, owning Bitcoin, the Lightning Network, instant settlement and payment for fractions of a penny across the world immediately, buying things at stores. We have social media, decentralized social media you can't be censored from. Your contacts moving from site to site without you having to do anything. The world we are about to live in, if we so choose, is 1,000 times beyond what we have right now. However, how many people are going to choose this? You can't audit the Fed. Again, I love George Gammon, but George Gammon sitting there auditing the Fed, trying to sue the Fed and all this stuff with Robert Barnes. Love those guys. Sorry, guys, you're never going to have this. The Fed doesn't even know what they're doing. They don't even have, the Pentagon can't even audit what they're doing. They've lost trillions of dollars over the last, 5 years alone, 10 years alone? They can't even find it. And maybe they can, maybe they can't. They don't want to publish it because then people would, riot. But good luck. Instead of wasting your time on the Titanic that's literally going under the waves, slowly slipping under the waves, build the new network that is literally already here. It's already 14 years down the line. It's already here. And the next couple years, next 5 years, are going to blow people's minds. I am here for the opportunity. Being in Bitcoin, being gold, silver, land, security, firearms, energy, ammo, water, and building community. So that way we can thrive and have massive opportunity and be the one standing when the fire takes everything out. We'll be the one standing and building that new world. That's the kind of people that I want running things. Ethical, sound, morally good people at the end of the day. If you like this video, please share it. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Please help us get this out and spread the word of truth, reality, question everything with boldness, even the existence of God himself. For if there is a God, surely he would respect that over blindfolded fear and learning and growing. So please like and subscribe. Please share and let me know what you think, what you like, didn't like, and we will battle out in the comments. And I appreciate you tuning in every single day, going through our market updates, and appreciate your time and energy. It's the most important asset we have, like Bitcoin. Only two finite assets we have. Bitcoin is time, and time is Bitcoin. Look forward to seeing you on the next one.